Hi, I'm Mal from the Money Study, bringing you another episode of our Take 10 Challenge. And here we are at number 66, Centrelink Age Pension. There's my disclaimer, all about facts, all about figures, information only. It is not advice. In the last session, we were talking about the three pillars, where one of the pillars was our age pension from Centrelink. As I said, not everybody's going to be able to access it because they're going to have too much money, not a bad problem to have. And of course, we also need to attain a certain age to get it. And you can see basically here that from July of 2023, that from evermore, well, until they change it again, your age pension age, you must reach 67. So anyone born after January of 1957, your age pension age is indeed 67, and it is indeed for men and for women. Years ago, it used to be different. Women used to be able to retire younger. Not too sure why, in the regard that they lived longer. But anyway, it's a case that now it's all the same, and getting to 67 is the age you need to get to. So you're not going to get any age pension. So if you retire at 64, you need to understand that you're going to have to live on your own resources, be it your super and your savings, before you can access any age pension. Just because you've retired doesn't mean you're going to get access. We need to get to 67. Now, when you get to 67 and we're looking to get age pension, as I say, it comes down to what sort of situation are you in? How much money have you got and how much money are you earning? And there is a threshold where you can earn a certain amounts of money, but the ones I'm interested in at the moment, we'll talk about more in Centrelink later on. But in this particular session, all I'm trying to do is give you an idea of where this thing cuts in at. So basically you can see there that the pension actually stops. So you can get a pension so long as your income is under $2,436.60 per fortnight for a single, and for a couple there, $3,725.60 per fortnight for a couple. So it's really it's quite generous in a way that we can earn nearly $97,000 a year as a couple and still get a part age pension. Now obviously if you're earning $94,000, you're not going to get much Centrelink. But of course, you're getting something, and of course, then you get the card, and you're a pensioner, so you get the discounts on the utilities and the pharmaceuticals and doctor's bills and so forth. So the card itself can be worthwhile in some regards, just for the discounts and things that is applicable to it. But $97,000 roughly for a couple there, and if your income is under that, then effectively you could be eligible. And when I say could, it comes down to, therefore, there are two tests. And the other test is your assets test. So how much money do you have locked away so that, before it impacts you? Now you can see here that the assets test is now gone back up again over $1 million for a couple. So a couple can own $1,012,500 worth of assets, and anything under that, they are eligible for an age pension. So it comes down to one of these tests. So it just comes, which is the one that least amount? The one that gives you the least amount is the one that's going to set the level of your pension. So you could be under the assets test, and you think, oh good, I'm going to get an age pension, but your income is too high and you won't get age pension, or vice versa. You've got no income, but you've got $1.3 million worth of assets, in which case you won't get the age pension. So it comes down to which one of these tests is the one that's going to hurt you. Now with assets, your home is not included. Your home is not included as an asset. Your principal place of residence is not something that is included for the assets. So this is $1 million outside of your own home. Now, of course, if you've got investment properties, yes, it would include the value of your investment properties minus the debt, all of your super, money in bank accounts, shares, all of those things are financial assets, but we've also got other assets, including our car, our caravan, our boat, contents of our house. All of those are included as well. Now, when we talk about these non-financial assets, it's basically fire sale value, meaning if you put your contents of your house out on the street, what would they be worth today? And we'll talk about this a little bit more in future sessions, but all those other things are included as well, but not your home. Not your home. And also assets are effectively, will in theory, generate income. So the income from our assets are added to any other income that we have. So this becomes quite complicated, but so we'll talk about this in a future session there. But really, when you look at it, quite generous to a degree. You know, nearly $100,000 worth of income, $1 million in assets. You could be just under those thresholds and still pick up a Part Age pension. Now, of course, you know, are these thresholds going to stay? No, they will get changed again at some point. They'll forever change them. The last time they changed it, it actually brought the assets test down underneath $1 million. But with indexation, there's creeped now back up again over the $1 million for assets. So these things do change. They changed the taper last time, meaning that more people weren't getting Centrelink, but a lot more were getting at least something. So it just changes from time to time with the test. So you've got to keep an eye on what's going on. Just because you're getting pension today may not mean you're going to get it next year if they change the thresholds. Or, of course, if your income or assets do change, perhaps due to a casual job or inheritance or something similar. What do you actually get paid as a couple or as a single? The base rate for a single person is $1,020.60, and for a couple, it's $769.30 each. Now that's just the base rate, because there are supplements and what they call energy supplements, which most people would be applicable for, and hence you can see there at the bottom that a single person, their full pension, $1,116.30, and for a couple each, you know, it's $841.40 each, giving us a combined income of $1,682.80. Now, the $1,682 for a couple per fortnight is $43,752. So when we compare that to what we were looking at a couple of days ago in our how much do you need, and we looked at the AS for standard, Centrelink is actually giving you an income which is under that modest lifestyle. So the Centrelink is not even paying you what these ASFA believe is a modest lifestyle. So obviously surviving just on Centrelink isn't exactly wonderful. Having said that, I have certainly had clients who do it and are quite happy on that amount of money. So obviously it comes down to what you're used to. I can imagine if you've been earning $400,000 a year to go to a Centrelink payment of $43,000 a year, that could indeed be rather devastating, dare I say. So obviously, you know, it's always a case of a comparison. But you can see here that as a couple, if we can get $43,000 from Centrelink, then the comfortable lifestyle is at 72, then we really only need about $30,000 to come from our other resources there to bring us up to that comfortable level. So the Centrelink side of the equation is certainly doing a fair bit of heavy lifting. It just comes down to where are our assets, what are they generating, and whether the numbers at the end are what we indeed want. Now, of course, the money that's in our super and the money that's our other savings and so forth, what they can earn is variable. What Centrelink assess them for generally isn't. But we'll talk about that in a future session. But all in all, it's a case of wait till you're 67 you might want to go in and have a chat to Centrelink before you get to 67, just to get an idea, get the paperwork, get it all organised so that basically you can get paid from the age of 67. But in theory, no action on Centrelink from age pension until you are 67. Look forward to you joining me on another session.